Hi everyone, welcome back to learn-automation.com. Today in this video we'll discuss Selenium Grid 2.0. So what is the Selenium Grid? So let's get started with the theory part. So grid is not a new topic. This grid is a new concept in 10 years back when Oracle came with a grid environment where you can have one database into multiple nodes. Same thing Selenium guys has adopted in 2007. So the Selenium Grid has been introduced in Selenium RC. So if you're using Selenium Grid with Selenium RC, then it will call as Selenium Grid 1.0. We are discussing Selenium Grid 2.0 because we are going to work with WebDriver. So Selenium Grid is just a concept which will allow you to run your test on multiple machine and on multiple browsers. So right now, let's say you have one scenario. You have to execute one single test on multiple environment. So what do I mean by environment? You have to run your test case on Linux machine, Mac machine, or any other operating system. Then you need to take the help of Selenium Grid. So Selenium Grid will actually help you to run the test on multiple nodes, which will actually reduce the total execution time, which is the main advantage of test automation. So you can run your test case on multiple environment on multiple browsers as well. To work with Selenium Grid, we need to understand two new concepts called hub and node. So hub will be the central machine which will redirect our commands to the respective node based on the parameter. So node I mean by a separate machine where our test will be executed. So let me explain you through this example. Let's say we have one hub. Hub is nothing but a central machine where Selenium hub is running, and we have four nodes. One node is Mac machine, one node is Windows machine, third node is Linux, and fourth is your Android and iOS devices. So using the Selenium grid, you can actually redirect all the Selenium commands to different nodes. So hub will be a separate machine where the actual test will be triggered, and then hub will decide in which node to execute the test. Yeah, to work with Selenium grid, uh, we need to download one APK file, sorry, jar file. So if you navigate to seleniumhq.org/download, so we need to download Selenium Server standalone. So this Selenium Server standalone will actually create hub and nodes. So it's taking some time here. So you can see here Selenium Server standalone. So this will actually help you to create a grid environment. To use the Selenium server in a Git configuration, you can see the wiki page already they have created. So once you click on this download version, one jar will be downloaded. So I already have in my machine, so I will cancel this. So you will get the Selenium server standalone. So this jar I have to execute. So first of all, I need to create a hub. That hub will be redirecting all my Selenium commands. So I will type cmd. It will start my command prompt. Then I will write one command java-jar, and I will simply drag and drop this server file, Selenium server standalone. Now we need to create some role here. So just type -role. So first we need to create hub. So first role is hub, and if you hit enter, it will take some time and it will start the Selenium grid hub. So you can see here some lock launching a Selenium grid hub, and finally you will get one info section like Selenium grid hub is up and running. And if you see here, we are getting very info section like node should be registered to this particular IP address, and this is the port number. So this is nothing but my IP address. So this hub started on my local machine on port number 4444/grid/register. I already posted written an article on this, so I will paste this article link in the description. So whatever commands I'm executing, I already listed here. So as of now, I executed this command and I got my server up and running. To check your hub status, just type localhost :4444 slash grid slash console. So localhost you can replace with the IP address. As of now, I'm just referring to my local machine, so I can write localhost as well as my IP address. So this node, this hub is created, and if you want to check the config, you can see the config as well. Now you can see it's totally blank because right now no node is connected to this hub. So we need to create certain nodes. So again, I will start another command prompt. I already have one in which my hub is running. So again, I will type java-jar and I will drag and drop this server file. Now this time I need to create node. So hyphen role, then I will type node. Then I need to specify for which hub it has to connect, right? Because let's say if you have multiple hub, then you need to decide which hub to connect. As of now, we have only one hub, so I will type hyphen hub, and this is my IP address, so which is nothing but the local host colon 4444. Then I need to type slash grid and slash register. So this is the command which you need to remember. Same command I listed in my blog post, so you can just copy paste and try. Right now I do not have multiple machines, so hub and node I'm using in the same machine. But let's say you have two laptop or desktop, you can create hub in your one machine and node in another machine, and you can trigger test case from one machine and you can execute the same test in the different machines using this Selenium Grid concept. In that case, you need to change the IP address while connecting a node. So this node will be registered on the other machine, and whenever you fire any command, it will redirect to those particular IP. As of now, both in my machines, I will hit enter. And now you can see it's saying launching a Selenium Grid node, and you will get one confirmation message like the node is registered to hub and ready to use. So if you refresh here, okay, you can see now one node is connected, and the node IP address is this 192.168. This is the port number. By default, if you do not specify any port number will be 5555. It will automatically detect the which OS. And now you can see I'm getting remote control and WebDriver. And the reason is we have not specified like we need RC or WebDriver. So if you do not specify, you will get RC and WebDriver both. And by default, you will get 11 instances for both. Uh, one, sorry, one for IE, 5 for Firefox, 5 for Chrome. Same will be repeated for RC and WebDriver. But if you want only for WebDriver or RC, you can change while creating node. So now my hub is created, my node is registered. Now my next task is I need to run my test case on a particular node. So I will create one small class. So I will say test Firefox on grid. I will take public static void main. You can use testng as well if you are okay with that. So let's create a class, and let me increase the font size. So I will just type font and I will get color and fonts. Click on basics, click on text font, click on edit, and I will make it 16. So I will create a method here, public void test1, and I will use annotation test. Now to work with Selenium WebDriver, we need to use one class called desired capability, and we need to create object of it. So we need to also specify which browser to use. So as of now, I will say I need to use Firefox. So I will type desired capability.firefox, and it will return me the object of the desired capability. So desired capability is a class which will help you to run your test on a Selenium Grid environment. So now browser is fixed. Now we need to set the platform. So if you see here, we have one method called set platform, and here we need to mention which platform to use. So as of now, I will say Windows platform. If you have Linux and other environment, so you can see here, if I put dot operator, you can see we will get multiple environment: Android, EI Captain, Linux, Mac, Maverick, all the different versions you will get. So as of now, I need to work on Windows machine. In the next example, I will show you how you can execute your test on Linux machine, Mac machine. So in that case, we need to depend on a different vendors. So I will show you in just few minutes. As of now, we have our browser ready, our Windows platform ready. So I will use WebDriver, driver equal to new remote WebDriver. So till now we have not used remote WebDriver. So you need to use remote WebDriver whenever you're working with Selenium Grid environment. Just press Control space and you will get these 4, 5 constructor. So let's select this third constructor. In this constructor, it will ask you 2 arguments. One argument is your capability. Now second argument is the remote address. As the name says, you want to provide the remote URL where you want to execute your test. So in this case, we need to take the help of a URL class. So if I put control space, take URL from java.net, and you need to provide the exact node URL where you want to execute your test. So here I will give you one hint. You can give the uh, node IP address as well. So node will automatically decide which hub will automatically decide which node to use based on the availability. So as of now, I have given the hub IP address and the port number. But if you want to trigger on a specific node, you can give the node IP address and port. But you can give the hub IP address and port, then hub will decide in which node to execute. WD stand for WebDriver and hub stand for hub. So once you create this URL, just pass here. Now you can see you will get some checked exception. So put mouse over on it. It will throw you one checked exception called malformed URL exception. Now your driver is ready. Now you can use as it is. So I will start my own blog, learn-automation.com. I will print the title. So I will say sysout. Title is, and I will say driver dot get title. And finally, I will say driver dot quit. So what actually I'm doing, I'm running my test on a specific node. So you can give the node IP address, but if you give hub IP address and the port, then hub will decide where to execute. So if hub will find a particular node with Firefox and Windows, it will execute. So let's run and let's check how it works. So I have 2 command prompt open. One is for Selenium hub and one is for Selenium node, right? So now let's run it and see how it works. Don't worry why I'm running on a single machine, because I do not have multiple machines, but I will show you how you can work on the multiple machines. So once your test will start, you will notice hub will forward the commands to the node, and you can see the available node is this. Hub is detecting the number of nodes, and hub has checked that one node is available, and now hub is trying to create a connection. So you can see it saying the node is registered, executing new session, creating a new session, and now the Firefox has been started. And you can see for every command you will see a node will throw some log. So it says executing learn-automation.com. And you can see executing like done get title and executing and deleting the session, right? So once your complete session is done, you will get your output, and then you can check your reports. But now question comes, how can I get the multiple machine? Because it's not possible, like every company can have multiple environment, right? Let's say if you're working with a small company, or even if you're working with a big company, but you do not have multiple test environment, you do not have Linux and Mac machines. So we have so many cloud companies in the market. One is your Sauce Lab and BrowserStack testing board. So you can use these services. What they will do, they will provide you all the environment on cloud. So let's say if you want to work with Android, they will provide you the different Android system with different versions. If you want to work with iOS, they will provide you the different iOS devices. In the same way you will get for Windows phones and all. This is only for mobile, but if you want to try the normal browsers, you can try. So what I did, I selected one cloud operator called BrowserStack. I created my account here. So once you create your account, they will provide you one dashboard where you can use all these services. So if you want to test manually, you can check this live. But we want to automate. So I just clicked on this automate section. If you click on visit your dashboard to get started. Okay, so this is the dashboard which they have provided us. Here you can select multiple projects, and you can also select which platform to use, which browser to use. So before selecting to this actual, you need to open their home page, BrowserStack. It's very interesting part. So let's see. I will just go to this document section and browser and platform. Just click on automate. It's showing me the dashboard. So we need the API key, then only we can start our automation. So let's click on more. Oh, no, this is not the one, features. Just give me a minute, let me check where we can find the API key. So let's explore the different section. So they have all the developer tools. Not here. Just try this automate. So I already have two sessions. So just go to this doc and you can see you can implement in multiple languages. So Python, Ruby, Java, C Sharp, PHP, Perl, Node.js. So let's click on Java. I already have executed two sessions. So when you enroll this first time, you will get 100 free minutes. But if you go more than 100 minutes, then you need to purchase this. So for an organization, the pricing is very less. So if you see the pricing is very less. So for BrowserStack, SourceLab, Testing Board, there are so many companies. I will show you after this. So how you will authenticate to this particular uh, browser stack, right? You need certain credentials or some authorization, then only you can access their cloud. So they will provide you one username and one automate key. So once you use this username and automate key, then only you can execute the test on in their landscape or in their cloud. So they have listed everything. What we need to do, just copy this particular 3 lines of code, or maybe if you want you can copy the complete code. I will show you what are the changes you need to make. So I will go back in our Eclipse. I will create a fresh test case. Test case name I will give test browser stack. I will use public static void main, and just copy paste the code which we copied right now. So now it will throw you one error because the class which we created, it has named test browser stack, and the code which we copied, we have Java sample. So put mouse over and just use the first option, rename the compilation unit. So it will automatically uh, change the name. Now we have the username Mukesh Otwani 1, automate keys this. So the URL which they have provided is http colon the username automate key, and this is the server IP address. So if you remember in our previous code, it was nothing but my local machine IP address and the port number. But if you want to execute on their cloud, you need to use hub-cloud.browserstack.com. That's all. WD hub will remain same, which we used in the last program. WD stands for WebDriver Hub. And once you are done, it means you can execute all the tests in their cloud. So if somebody is asking you what is cloud browser automation, then you need to explain there are so many companies which is providing you the cloud. In their cloud, you can execute your test and you will get the result. So I will show you how you will get the result, how you will get the logs, how you will get the reports, that we will discuss in few minutes. So as of now, they have created certain capabilities. So I will remove it. I don't want their capability. Let's change it. So we will change according to our requirement. So I want to run my test case on uh, Firefox. Then platform I will set caps dot set platform. Platform I will set, let's use Windows 10. I'm using Windows 8.1, so I want to see how it will work in Windows uh, 10. Then it will start your same session. You can see remote web driver. They will start google.com. They will write this browser stack and they will print the title. That's all. So if I run this test, before running, if you see, uh, this is the document part which we have. Now let's jump into automate section. So as of now, you can see we have two sessions, which is Safari and Windows XP. But now if I run the test, right click, run as Java application. So once your test will start, and if you go to the dashboard, just refresh it. Okay, it will take some time to start a session on your cloud. So just refresh it one more time. Okay, so I think the test has been failed. It says platform cannot be one of Windows 8, any Mac and Windows. Okay, so they are asking us to provide platform in this way. Windows 8, any or Windows, we cannot select specific Windows 10. So let's do one thing, let's select, I am anyways running on Windows 8.1. So I will select Windows XP. So now the test started. Now let me refresh. So you can see one session is in the running state. So the status is running. The platform which we are using is Windows XP. Current browser is 46, username is this, and it will take some time, and you can see the Windows XP screen appeared. And good thing about BrowserStack, it will give you two kind of log. One is your text log. You can see here, they started a browser, they started google.com, they did all this activity. And visual logs, they will provide you a screenshot as well, but you need to provide this capability that we have removed. So let's wait for the complete execution. So let me refresh it one more time. Yes, you can see the current session is passed, and you can see they have created a complete video. And if I show you in a double screen mode, right? So let me show you one more time with different. Let me again go back to this Java mode. And if you want the visual logs, like if you want the complete screenshot, we need to set this capability, like browser stat debug equal to true. So I will go back to my test, and here I will say browser stack.debug equal to true, and this time I will just open my blog just to check how it works. Learn-automation.com, and that's all. I will get the title and I will close it. Now this time I want to run in the Windows I want to run in Safari browser, and the environment which I want to use is Mac machine. So let's run it again. So I will go back to the console again. Just click on this automate tab. Okay, the test is running. So you can see one more test is started, and platform which we use is the latest one, OS X Mavericks. Safari 7.1 is the browser, and it is fetching the video. Now if you see in the visual logs, we will get the visual logs actually, that it started the browser and it started my blog on the, you can see the Safari browser, right? And finally, if you want to see the video, they have recorded a complete video. If you open, so this is Mac machine, they started Safari browser, and my blog is getting started here. So you can see how easy it is to run the test on the remote machines using Selenium Grid. So BrowserStack is one of the example. You can use other cloud platform as well. So if you see official Selenium website, there are so many partners. So BrowserStack we have used. We have Source Lab as well, which will provide you the virtual cloud where you can execute your test on the different platform. And good thing about this platform is you can run the test cases on the mobile devices as well. So they will provide you the real devices. It can be iOS, Windows Phone, or Android devices, and you can use it. So SourceLab and BrowserStack, they both having the trial version, so you can explore as much you can. The code will remain same, which I showed you. If you want to work with local system or cloud, it will remain same. And apart from that, the last point here, if you want to explore this area, just go to this Java documentation. They have given the complete information. If you want to, let's say if you want to set a specific mobile browser, so you need to make these changes. Like select the device, iPhone 5, and the browser name iPhone, or you can select Safari as well. And enable, disable flash. Just go through the documentation. They have given everything which you need to run the test on the cloud. You can capture the screenshot, and you can get the screenshot on your local machine as well using this remote web driver new argumenter. So this is what the Selenium grid is. Before closing this, let's have a quick recap what exactly we covered. Selenium grid is just a concept which will allow you to run the test on multiple machine and multiple browsers. So we have seen how we can run on cloud because I do not have multiple machines. Then we have seen um, actually if you want to try parallelly, then you should have different nodes and different browsers. As of now, we have seen on only one platform and one browser. We discussed about hub and node. Hub will be the central machine which will redirect all the command to the respective node, and node will be the actual machine where the test will be executed. So if you talk about the cloud, cloud is the actual hub. So if you see we are redirecting our commands to the hub only, then hub is deciding where to execute our test. So if you see our test, I'm running actually on the hub, then BrowserStack is deciding which node to select. So if you're working with cloud, hub and node will be your cloud only. This is what I have. If in case if you have any doubt, you can drop me an email, and if you want the complete command and code, I updated the same article on my blog learn-automation.com. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.